and renewed resolve. Because every uniform tells a story of service, courage, and dedication.
It is a profound honor to stand before you today as we join the global customs family in marking this important occasion. Today is not only about what we do, but also why we do it. This annual event allows us to reaffirm our mission and our responsibility towards the society we proudly serve. First, allow me to express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Honorable Dhaneshwar Damry, for kindly accepting our invitation and honoring us with your presence on this special day. Your continued support to MRA and border management sends a strong message of trust and confidence in our mission. I also warmly welcome our distinguished guests, members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads of partner agencies, stakeholders from the trade and logistic community, and all our valued partners present today. Your presence here today reflects a shared belief that protecting our borders is a collective responsibility. Every year on the 26th of January, Customs Administration around the world celebrate International Customs Day. It is a moment to recognize the professionalism and quiet dedication of customs officers, men and women, who often work unseen, yet whose actions shape the safety, stability, and prosperity of our nations. This year, the World Customs Organization has chosen a powerful and timely theme: Customs protecting society through vigilance and commitment. This theme captures the very essence of who we are and what we do. Beyond borders and tariff, our mission is about people, protecting families, safeguarding communities, our trade, and preserving the future of our nation. It honors the courage and discipline of customs officers who stand watch every day, often in difficult and demanding conditions. While customs is often associated with revenue collection and trade facilitation, our role goes far beyond these functions. 40 years ago, when I joined customs, our mission was to protect revenue and prevent fraud. That's all. We had nothing of facilitating trade, protecting society, and all those. So with time, the role of customs has evolved. We are guardians of national and international security, defenders of public health, protectors of the environment, and custodians of supply chain security, integrity. Wherever there is a border, there is customs, alert, resilient, but diligently protecting lives and livelihoods. Guided by this theme, we continue to strengthen public understanding of the essential role customs plays in safeguarding society. Through our daily vigilance, we combat illicit trafficking of narcotics, firearms, counterfeit and unsafe goods, and financial crimes. As the world mobilizes to respond to issues of climate change, environmental degradation, and environmental crime, and customs has a growing responsibility to support governments' responses to environmental threats. Our green customs approach reflects our determination to environmental stewardship, not only for today's society, but also for generations to come. I wish to reaffirm with pride and confidence that MRA Customs remains unwavering in its commitment to protect our society. Over the past year, our Customs Anti-Narcotics section, in partnership with the Anti-Drug and Smuggling Unit and other enforcement agencies, has demonstrated exceptional vigilance in combating illicit trafficking of drugs. You will not be surprised that for the year 2025, we intercepted over 1 ton, yes, 1 ton of dangerous drugs with an estimated street value exceeding 8.4 billion, thereby disrupting criminal networks and preventing immeasurable harm to our communities. But in spite of all our efforts, drug is still a major threat to our society. So we need to double our efforts and vigilance to combat this scourge. At MRA, our customs officers remain steadfast in the face of increasingly sophisticated criminal networks that exploit technology and global connectivity. In response, MRA Customs is strengthening risk management, intelligence-led operations, data analysis, and the use of modern detection equipment, ensuring that we remain proactive, agile, and resilient in the face of emerging threats. Our operational achievements are not the result of isolated efforts. They are the result of strong cooperation, shared intelligence, regional and international partnership, and continuous capacity building supported by the standards, guidance, and tools of the World Customs Organization. We remain committed to actively participating in WCO-led operations and to making full use of the resources available to us. Together, we prove that when customs administrations unite, borders become stronger and societies safer. Protecting society requires more than enforcement. It is a shared responsibility. We therefore continue to strengthen partnerships with other government authorities, law enforcement and intelligence agencies, international organizations, non-governmental organizations, and our trade and logistic partners. Together, we enhance border security while facilitating legitimate trade and economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, vigilance is not a moment. It is a continuous commitment, a mindset, a discipline, and a promise. As risks evolve, so must our skills, tools, and perspective. Therefore, at MRA, we are investing in the training and development of the next generation of customs officers, equipping them not only with technical expertise, but also with integrity, adaptability, and a strong sense of public service. By strengthening our people and supporting neighboring administrations, we contribute to a safer region and a more connected world. Our vigilance does more than intercept contraband. It delivers real and lasting impact. It preserves public health by keeping dangerous substances off our streets. It shields consumers from unsafe products. It safeguards the integrity of our supply chains and reinforces confidence in Mauritius as a secure trading partner. Every container scanned, every parcel examined, and every partnership forged contributes to a safer, more secure society, often in ways unseen, but always deeply felt. On this International Customs Day, I wish to pay heartfelt tribute to the men and women of customs. Your vigilance, your professionalism, and your sense of duty are a source of national pride. I extend my deepest appreciation to each and every one of you for your service to the nation and reaffirm our collective commitment to excellence. As we look to the year ahead, let us carry forward the momentum of our successes with renewed vigor. Let us continue to innovate, to adapt, and to strengthen the systems that keep our society safe and our economy vibrant. Our mission is both noble and essential. Wherever there is a border, there is customs protecting society through vigilance and commitment. To conclude, I would like to congratulate the awardees today, and I thank all our partners and stakeholders for their continued cooperation and trust. I am confident that together we will continue to strengthen customs as a modern, resilient, and trusted institution fully prepared to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow.
As a key institution of the state, the MRA remains steadfast in its mission to support economic reforms, safeguard public interest, and contribute meaningfully to national progress in keeping with our motto, partners in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, in his New Year's address, Dr. the Honorable Navin Chandra Ramgoolam, Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, underscored the urgency of putting our economy back on track. 2026 has been dedicated to the economy, with transparency identified as a central pillar. This national endeavor calls for coordinated action across institutions. The MRA is fully committed to this vision and will play its part with resolve and responsibility. As we all know, the MRA collects approximately 90% of the funds to fund our national budget. We therefore play a decisive fiscal role to support social welfare, public security, and key developments and infrastructure projects. Beyond revenue mobilization, the MRA's Customs Department plays a strategic role in supporting economic growth. By implementing government trade policies promptly and efficiently, facilitating the legitimate movement of goods and people, and securing the trade supply chain, customs contributes directly to the competitiveness of Mauritius and our attractiveness as a trading and investment hub. We do not just facilitate trade, but we also intercept illicit goods, as you would have seen lately. In this context, the MRA places strong emphasis on service quality, transparency, and trade facilitation, whilst also upholding the highest standards of integrity and ethics. In particular, cargo dwell times for both air and sea freight have improved significantly, and we undertake to try to keep improving them along with collaboration from our partners. In particular, cargo dwell times for both air and sea freight, as I said, have improved significantly. On average, Green Channel sea cargo declarations are now cleared in approximately 19 minutes on average, while Red Channel declarations, which of course require inspection and more detailed inspection, they take around 8.3 hours, and this reflects the effectiveness of our risk management and facilitator measures. We know we can always improve. I keep telling my staff, even perfection can be improved. Ladies and gentlemen, customs also have a vital role to play in strengthening governance and national security. We heard the acting director of customs mention the role, so I'm not going to keep repeating that. But it is important, very important for us to protect our border, especially with the evolving threats that we face, and they keep evolving. The more we prepare for the threats that emerge, we see new threats always emerging. International Customs Day is, of course, a moment of pride for the MRA, and in particular for all our officers at Customs. And I must say I'm proud. When I joined the MRA, I was coming into a sector. I have been in the financial services sector, as you know. And then I was a bit wondering how would it work? And I must say, whether it is the tax, whether it is at Customs and so on, I have received full support, and I'm proud of the team we have, and I'm sure we will keep improving the services at MRA. It is an important opportunity for me to recognize the dedication, professionalism, and sacrifices of our customs officers on this particular day. I therefore extend my heartfelt appreciation to all customs officers of the MRA. I assure you of my support and my commitment to empowering you through continuous training, improved working conditions, and the provision of appropriate resources. I'm also pleased to announce that a new batch of customs recruits will be enrolled in the coming months to reinforce our workforce. I'm determined, with the support of the board, to ensure that recruitment within the MRA is grounded in meritocracy, transparency, and equal opportunity for all. The theme for International Customs Day 2026, Customs Protecting Society through vigilance and commitment resonates deeply with our mission. It reflects our responsibility to protect society against illicit drugs, illicit flow of goods, firearms, financial crimes, and unsafe goods, whilst simultaneously safeguarding public health, the environment, and national security. In this regard, the MRA remains resolute in its fight against drug trafficking in collaboration with other government agencies wherever necessary. In particular, I wish to highlight that between January and December 2025, our customs recorded 120 drug seizures with an estimated street value of 8.3 billion rupees. This includes a historic seizure of 433.1 kilo of cocaine valued at around 6.5 billion rupees. This was the result of a joint operation with the National Coast Guard and ADSU. This achievement, of course, underscores the strength of intelligence-led enforcement and the result that interagency collaboration can bring. So our thanks to all the agencies which cooperate with customs as well. To support this fight, government has provided substantial funding for advanced technologies and specialized equipment, complemented by continuous training in partnership with organizations such as the WCO, UNODC, Interpol, the European Union, and the Indian Ocean Commission, amongst others. Ladies and gentlemen, innovation remains a hallmark of our International Customs Day celebrations. This year, I am pleased to announce the launch of a full-body X-ray scanner at Port Louis, complementing the existing scanner which we have at SSR International Airport, and which has already yielded very positive results. Additional projects in the pipeline include patrol vessels, new scanners for road rigs, expanded use of body-worn cameras, enhanced CCTV systems, and the planned revamping of the customs management system to address growing trade volumes and emerging risks. I must thank all partner agencies who collaborate with us, whether it is on the tax aspect or at customs. So a warm, sincere thanks from me, the board, and all the staff at MRA. We need the collaboration because we keep saying one agency cannot win the fight against illicit flow of goods, illicit flow of funds. So we require cooperation of all agencies. So we thank you. Finally, it is with great pleasure that we recognize the outstanding contributions through the award of WCO Certificates of Merit to some of our colleagues who you will see here. I extend my warm congratulations to all awardees, and I thank you for your exemplary service and commitment. Honorable Damry, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for your attention, and I wish you all a very happy International Customs Day. Thank you.
I'd like to begin my address by sharing, in fact, consolidating what the Director General of the MRA said. The Prime Minister has declared 2026 as the year of the economy. What does this mean to the public? My humble submission is that it means that our mission 2026 is to create jobs and to drive inclusive growth. By inclusive growth, I mean better healthcare, lower cost of living, better quality of life, freedom from drugs, freedom from illicit funds. This is what we mean by inclusion. And I'm very happy that the MRA and entire institutions of Mauritius, as Team Mauritius, we are focused on driving that mission 2026, the year of the economy. In 2025, we managed to stabilize the economy. And I'll give you 3 or 4 facts to illustrate my point. Economic growth rate is at about 3.2%. It's expected to grow further. Our gross international reserves are over $10 billion. Gross tourism earnings are expected to exceed 100 billion rupees. and inflation is constant at about 3.6, 3.7%. In terms of the economy, in terms of these economic indicators, our mission 2026 is to better these economic indicators. And this is where the MRA Customs has a very important role to play. My understanding is that the customs is responsible for security, trade, and revenue. When we speak about security, you have drugs, the fight against drugs, the relentless fight against drugs, the relentless fight against illicit money. Trade, I'll come to that in a minute, and revenue. Of course, now I understand through the Director General that the MRA contributes over 90% to the consolidated fund, and I think you should increase that contribution. Mauritius is a small country. We are only about 1.4 million people. And for one moment, I'd like to take you to India. It's the 26th of January today. It's their 77th Republic Day. Best wishes to them on behalf of the government and the MRA. And India is talking on this day about expanding its market. It's already a country of 1.4 billion people. And through a historical trade agreement with the European Union, India is proposing to increase its market to 2 billion people. This is the direction in which huge countries with huge numbers are going. And we have to do the same in Mauritius. We are only 1.4 million people. We have to increase our market. We have an opportunity to increase our market. It's not that we don't have it. Africa is next door. It's a continent of 1.4 billion people. But it's just not sufficient to say that we have an Africa strategy, that we are part of Africa. Actions are required. And one of the actions that we need to do is to improve connectivity with Africa. And I look at Mr. Maurice Allette, the chairperson of the port. I think the port has a very important role to improve connectivity with Africa. Of course, the government is looking into that because for the government, the port connectivity is the key force multiplier to catalyze our economy and deliver on our mission 2026. At the port level, I would suggest if we could, I'm making a request to you, Chairperson, if you could double your traffic in the next 10 years. We need to be ambitious. That's the only way that will deliver on the Prime Minister's promise. Now, speaking on figures, I've been made to understand that as per the last performance reports, the MRA Customs ranked about 90 out of 130 countries. And in my last year's address, I said that let's set a target to be in the top 50% by the end of our mandate. So that's my second request to today, one to the port and the second one to the MRA. Having said that, I'll take this opportunity today to address specifically the men and women in uniform. I salute you. You are true patriots at the service of this country. And while I was sitting there, I hope I have it, I remembered a poem. I'm a huge fan of James Bond. It's a poem from the movie Skyfall, Lord Tennyson. And I'd like to share it with you. See if you identify yourselves in that. Quote, "We are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven. That which we are, we are. One equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate the last 10 years, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. And I think under the able leadership of the Director General of the MRA, with all the capacity building that he's doing, I am sure that the MRA customs, the men and women in uniform, will once again be that strength that moves earth and heaven. This is what we need. And I think the MRA over the next 10 years or even earlier, we need to double domestic revenue mobilization. Our role as a government is to create jobs and drive inclusive growth. I want to repeat that again. This is our main role as a government. And everything that we do is in that direction for our countrymen and our countrywomen. And that is all we do. That is what we live. That is what we breathe. That's my life dedicated to it. And but we cannot do it alone. The Prime Minister cannot do it alone. The government cannot do it alone. None of us here cannot do it alone. We need to cut out any noise. We need to find meaning with noise. There's so much noise around us. We need to stay focused. We need to focus on our Mission 2026 as a united Team Mauritius in one direction, the year of the economy. And this is why, brothers and sisters, I always do that, and I'll do it again. Let's make a pledge. And that pledge is to convert pledges into implementation, is to convert promises into progress. My dear citizens, let's reform, perform, transform for jobs and inclusion. With that, very good morning, and thank you very much.